Hello, 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 people. How are you doing? Welcome to Chat Her Up. Today, we're going to recap the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 13, episode 19. Really, it's reunion part two. And I am going to uh, kind of hold up a little bit. I got Callie coming in and Demisio will be in very shortly. Wanted to get started on time today. So I just basically introduced the episode. Do you have a chapstick moment of the week for Beverly Hills?
Hold
Yeah,
on, Joy. Hold
no.
on. Hold on. I can. You sound funny. I'm trying to see if it's my.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't remember a chapstick moment for specifically for Beverly Hills other than maybe some rumors that we've heard about the reunion. Whether or not they become true, we don't know. One of the rumors is Garcelle and okay, it's actually several rumors. For one, there's an argument with Crystal. Apparently, somebody on Instagram made a comment saying that they were 2 hours late because Dorit overslept. And then Dorit corrected the person and said that she wasn't, that the call times or something, or the time stamps or whatever, I'm assuming as they pull up, they must have said the time. I don't remember that on the open episode were correct. But she was like, she wasn't 2 hours late, blah, blah, blah. Crystal then came behind her and said, she, first of all, Crystal, I don't know who she been hanging around, but I have to remind myself that she is a millennial. But she said something like Cap. She started with Cap, which basically is saying, why you lying? But she was like, Cap. I was cracking up. Crystal was like, you were 2 hours late. We actually did a whole segment without her because they said Andy was getting agitated. This is what Crystal said. I think I just posted that in one of our groups. So yeah, that I did hear that. I did hear that apparently I don't know what happened with Sutton, but they're saying that the ambulance was called at some point and her and Garcelle leave together. I did hear that. And what else did I hear? I don't know if that's any of this stuff is true. I'm just telling you. Oh, and I kind of got the impression that nobody knew Kathy was coming.
They all look shocked.
Yeah, they all look shocked at the end. And I was shocked that Kathy revealed, and we could talk about that, but basically Kathy reveals that her and Demisio been having some issues the last few years. Usually
Mauricio, I am not with Kyle.
Mauricio.
I'm not with that godforsaken woman. I hate Kyle. Y'all know that. I can't.
But how would y'all rate this part two? As far as good. I think it really was. It wasn't
too deep, but it was.
Yeah, it was deep. They asked some good questions and answers.
Well, I'm saying, like, as far as like it wasn't like, like they were clawing each other's eyes out, but I feel like it was pretty constructive, and everybody were getting their point of views out.
Yeah.
For the first time without it actually seeming biased or like Andy was leaning towards one side other than the other.
Right.
And if he was leaning towards the side, he was definitely on Sutton's couch side a whole lot more.
You think so?
I absolutely
wait. Yes, I do think Andy was, but I do think as a person that kind of sits in the middle, although I lean toward Garcelle and Sutton, I don't have no for real stain. I'm not. I would care less. I don't. I like all of them, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't
like it's not like how you are like with Potomac, like you have like your style.
I have no emotional connection to any of them that way. I thought that Kyle and Dorit kind of got the best of them.
Do you this
Yes,
episode? No,
yes.
because
I,
what Kyle said was
particularly,
very
well,
Kyle's
let's
was
wait a minute. Let's go through the conversations. Let's start from the first conversation because it was only like 4 real
yeah,
conversations.
it was the start of it was Dorit and Kyle continuing
Correct.
to
Let's talk
discuss their
about that first. Go ahead. What was the overall your overall assessment? First, tell us what you think you got from both of them.
that the friendship is over. And
Wait
as
a
much as I
minute.
dislike Dorit, I just wish she would just open her eyes and see that Kyle is not your friend. Kyle's no one's friend. Kyle is only herself. She's only for herself. She does not care about you. Like Kyle basically wanted you to blindly take her side with the
Oh,
whole
I agree with
Kathy
you. Yeah.
nonsense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You
Now
know
I
what I'm
agree with that.
saying?
Yeah. No, I think this is where we're missing. Well, not missing, but
Kyle,
I agree
can I
with
say this
that.
before you start with? Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's like Kyle wants friends that's going to take her side even when
She
she's
won't
wrong. Like
yesterday.
she thinks the viewers got it wrong by siding with Kathy, and it's
Mhm.
just like yes, the viewers and Dorit was siding with Kathy because Kathy was right and you were wrong. Kyle, you're just not likable, and we see that you were absolutely wrong because you yet again, for the second time in a row, have used your family, your sister, for a storyline, and you let these other women attack her, and you did not have her back at all. It doesn't matter if Kathy was right or wrong. The point is, you let Lisa Rinna and Erika talk crazy about your sister, and you subliminally did almost really nothing.
I
Like,
mean,
Kathy
I don't
came and shut it down at the
I don't
reunion last year, but
I don't think anybody that watches this show objectively from a non-emotional stance, like I said, I'm a little different. Some people have emotional attachments to these women somehow. I don't. I don't think anybody that watches this show objectively would disagree with what you just said in any way. It's very clear how she has used her sisters because my thing is, I would have had more respect for Kyle in the last season had she cussed out Rena and then turned around and cussed out her sister.
I
It
agree with that.
That's how, because it's just like, no, you're not. I can cuss out my sister. I can talk about it like a dog. You
Yeah,
can't.
I
And
agree.
you're not gonna do it in front of me, and I'm gonna sit here and sit dormant. But
Oh, I
that's what
agree.
she does. So I agree with what you said 100%. The only thing that I slightly think like differently though between Dorit and her, when I am one of those people that when you're talking about family rivalries, unless you're family, and Dorit ain't family,
At
and I'm
all.
talking like Paris could have helped or somebody else. You know what I
Nikki.
mean? That's family, blood family. I wouldn't have gotten involved. Period. I would have sat there and not said nothing because one thing is real. Dorit could not be a friend tomorrow. Kathy's always going to be her sister, and they're always going to find a way back to each other. Period. That's just family. And they were close family. The cousins were close, and they've lost their parents. So when you don't have your parents, a lot of times, you're growing up, Kathy is very motherly to them. She's going to need her, not for money or anything, but for comfort, I bet. And I think they have made amends, I
Yeah.
think.
What I was gonna say, at the end of the day, though, Dorit really, I mean, okay, I'll say it like this. Again, we don't even know, as me and you have both said, Joy, we don't know what Dorit was finna say last year because she got cut off.
That's true.
So it's just
Literally.
like, can we really say that she was gonna side with Kathy because Kyle didn't even let her get it out?
Yeah.
All she said was take some accountability, and Kyle, baby, shut that down.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
just
she's
like,
kind of good at that because whoever her producers are, she got them in her back pocket because she is very self-produced, like very self-produced. And while this season may have been real for her, she still self-produced it because none of this was known to the group. They were watching stuff with us. Now, they heard about it in real time when the People article came out. And Sutton may have been hearing stuff from the ground, but from the very first episode, because Kyle started the very first episode being weird with Mauricio, to the last episode when they all when all of them go on Watch What's Happening Live, they be like, did you have any clue? They be like, none. Like they said this, that, and other, but I didn't know it was that bad. They learned really what was going on when we did. Nobody, I don't think, in Housewives history, at least in Jersey or the ones that I watched, Jersey, Atlanta, Beverly Hills. I've watched a season or two of Salt Lake, but I think that might be it. None of the ones that I have seen, someone has been able to have an exclusive. Just let me keep it like this. Could you see the producers if they had allowed Robin, not this current season that we're watching, but last season, talking to Juan and Juan only about the situation with that woman, and it never got in the group?
I mean, but they talked about Morgan.
No, Morgan wasn't the issue so much as Dormicio was. It was rumors about Morgan, but she was also in the appearance of being in a marriage.
Like, oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Dormicio go home. I mean, not Dormicio, Mo. Let me start just calling him Mo. When she still goes home to Mo every day. Yeah, they sleeping in separate bedrooms. We might not know that, but it's
well, no, we know that they said it.
Yeah, you're giving an appearance that there's issues.
Right. No, that's true.
So she was able to pull that off from beginning to end. No way Robin would have been able to do that with Juan.
Even if because Juan doesn't fake it with Robin, so that's one thing.
That's neither here nor there. It's not about faking it. It's about.
But Mauricio does go along with what Kyle wants to do because I know what you're tell in the conversation. I'm not
talking about that, Dormicio. I'm talking about the fact that their problems for real never made it in the group. They tried, Garcelle and them tried to bring it in the group. It was never a group conversation. Just like they all talking to Robin about, you're not telling your truth and all of that. Like, in a sense, who would be able to do that? Kyle didn't have a conversation with anybody. All of that cupcaking and stuff that she was doing with Morgan, people was hearing stuff, but they're watching this like, this girl is acting like she got a school crush on this girl.
Yeah.
Like, they learned that stuff. I just don't know how she was allowed to do that. Because I think about like really volatile things that have happened, particularly with Teresa Giudice. She was never able to not have exclusive. She was forced to, doggone well, she was forced to sit down with her cousin Kathy when all that stuff was really squirming around. She was forced to sit with Melissa. You know that those were forced conversations.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, Kyle has been. Her marriage has been under attack before for the same thing.
And they didn't even bring it up. That's why we had that last season with Vanderpump and her trying to sneak Brandy into bringing a magazine to make it a part of the conversation because everybody act like they were scared to talk about it. That's what I remember rolling my eyes when they were at the beach and they were arguing about that. And I was like, well, what's going on? It was like rumors about Mo. Now, mind you, I'm watching this 7 years after that. I'm watching this on Peacock when I had COVID. It was on quarantine. So I was like, well, what are the issues? They never talked about it. Just that there were rumors. They kind of did that with Wendy too, now that I said it out loud, with Giselle. Giselle just said rumors. She actually didn't say the details. You would have to go Google them. But it was by the time I was so many years behind when I was watching it, when I Googled it was so much stuff about Mo. I was like, oh, so he just must be out there.
He been cheating on Kyle for years and Kyle knows it. She knows it.
Yeah. But
But
I don't know. You think they're gonna be back friends next season?
I mean, knowing how they are, I wouldn't put it. That's if Dorit even come back, and you know what? If she come back, I just can't with them because why? Dorit could have left a long time ago. Like what? Like let's just pray to God that Dorit don't even come back, so we don't even have to worry about this. Let's pray she don't even get a contract.
Mm.
Like for the sake of the viewers as a whole. Goodness, goodbye, Dorit. Oh my God.
What did you think about? Let's move it on a little bit. What did you think about when Dorit was talking to Garcelle and she said that she was trying to peddle a false narrative about her, and then Anne Marie's jump in?
That was from last episode, wasn't it?
No. It probably was. No, we saw the clips last week.
Yeah, but I'm saying that was last week when she jumped in and was kind of trying to take up for Dorit about the microaggressive stuff.
What were they arguing about this week then?
Did they?
Yeah,
I
they
know
argued.
that. Well, you know about the robbery and all of that.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Let
what
me
it was.
see. Let me see what the next
That's
segment
what the false
was.
narrative was.
The
The
next
next
segment
segment was
was
really about
Dorit. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Said Dorit
Dorit
gets
and
questioned, leading her to get into a disagreement with Garcelle, which, like I said,
yeah.
about the robbery. And at the end of the day, Garcelle said what everybody was thinking, honey. She said what everybody was thinking. So
Yeah. I mean, I wish that Garcelle would have had a little there. That's the part where I was just saying that she got the best of her, because it's almost like she got the bad. I wouldn't apologize for nothing. That's what I thought. Girl, you did. I
she did
would have
say
got.
that. She said,
I
I
would.
apologize if it made you feel a type of way, but that was my opinion. So she stood in her opinion. She just
Well,
apologized for
I mean,
hurting
I don't
Dorit's
know why
feelings.
you. But why?
I
Like
mean,
who?
that just was kind of
You
like
get
the right thing to
robbed
do.
and you get robbed with a gun to your head and say, Rob, I need to call my husband. Can you leave the phone? That sounds stupid on its face.
Yeah, and like Garcelle said, it just sounded absolutely ridiculous,
Now,
baby. I
I
know.
agree that they might not want to take it with them because we know how cell phones work. But he wouldn't have necessarily threw it out
Child,
there.
by the time they could have, baby, listen.
They would have thrown it somewhere. It would have been like in a neighborhood or
Yeah,
right
but it's
when
just
they
like
got
at the
out
same
there.
time though, like baby, that just don't sound real. Because most
It
people, if they
don't.
steal your phone, and I'm sure Dorit got an up to date phone, they would have took that phone, hacked that phone, and Dorit would never see that phone
And
again.
then I was thinking, she ain't got no house phone.
Well, nobody has house phones anymore.
If I was rich, I would.
Oh, I guess I
I
don't know.
only dropped it because I was ticked off it because I just dropped mine maybe about a year ago. It wasn't even a year ago. It was this school year. It was like um maybe September. It was at the beginning of the school year because I got ticked off because they had the nerve to take up my package because I dropped Uverse. I'm like, how you gonna take up my phone cost? We said, well, there was discounts. I was like, drop that phone. I ain't picked it. It wasn't plugged up for years, but I always kept it because it was only $19 a month. And in real emergencies like this, you should have at least one phone. And I
Yeah.
don't have one. Just think about when AT&T a couple of weeks ago went out.
Oh yeah.
Like that happens. I mean, it legit happens. If you had a kid at home, you would be terrified because there's no way you can contact them. I would, if I just had money to blow, I wasn't so ticked off for AT&T, I would still have one. So I don't understand why somebody of their wealth would not have one, even if it's an office phone. I don't believe her. I think she's lying. I think absolutely believe she's lying. There's no way you're gonna tell me they ain't got no $20 phone. I just don't believe it.
So like I said, it just sounded fake.
Yeah, it's just not, and she didn't call her on it. Maybe she did, and that ain't really nothing that she could really prove at this point anyway. So maybe it wasn't worth the argument. I guess that's the big girl route. Because I'd have
Yeah.
been like, that sounds truthful to you. That somebody that's just robbing you, taking all your purses, and you claim jewelry, But they left you
I
asked.
mean, like I said though, in so many ways, she did say that. She just apologized, but everything that you just said, she said that. She just apologized for, I guess, how it made Dorit feel, but she pretty much stood on what she had to say. So I was kind of proud of Garcelle for that.
I've kind of thought that she walked away with the snap, and if you look in the groups, they believe that as well. Dorit walked out the victor, regardless of you liking whomever. That's how people feel, because even the people that's Team Garcelle think that she should have gave a little something. It almost felt like she didn't have a fight in her. It's the same way even about the microaggression stuff. Like, first of all, to be like, if you had an issue with what she said, you would have had every right to say something. I ain't fighting your and my battle. To me, it would have been easy.
I mean, I just also think Garcelle probably didn't care.
I don't think
Either.
she likes to read though.
Yeah, I don't think so either, and I think that was even more weird because in a way, yes, she did apologize, but she still was kind of, in a way, if you want to say it, dismissive to how Dorit felt. Like, in so many words, she was like, "I apologize because you clearly are upset about this, but girl, I said what I said, and it is what it is." In so many words, that's what I got from what Garcelle said. Like, I still stand on what I said, but I apologize for making you feel bad. That's like the grown woman thing to do, apologize, but I still stand on what I said. Mm-hmm. That's basically kind of what it was, how I felt in the sum of what she said. I feel like that's what she meant. Like, girl, okay, I'm sorry, but I still meant what I said.
Yeah, I don't think Dorit is liked generally, because I'm like Andy yawning again.
I don't think anybody likes Dorit at all, except maybe Erika.
And I don't
that's
even
a
think
big.
I think he did that on purpose.
Yeah, he always does Dorit like that at every reunion. Literally every reunion for the past couple of years, for sure. Anyways, he's done that.
I don't think he act like he did. And then I'll be trying to remember, has she ever been on Watch What's Happening Live? I couldn't remember. I might not watch that episode.
Yes, Dorit has been on Watch What's Happening Live.
Okay. Where does she sit, next to him, or?
Yeah, she sat next to him before.
Okay. Do you think that's indicative of how he feels?
No.
Okay. All right. Huh?
No, I was trying to see what was next. Oh, Sutton and Kyle getting into an disagreement. We kind of skipped ahead, and because the Garcelle and Dorit stuff came after that. This is Sutton and Kyle got into it. We skipped over that.
Okay. You
want about no, I was just saying no, I'm fine with how we went. I was just saying, I was just looking at the thing and I realized but it was about when they basically their whole beef with her saying Sutton had an eating disorder, that she had a drinking problem, and she felt like Sutton came into the season to come after her. Yeah, how do you feel about their beef? Joy.
Yeah. They absolutely have been insinuating that Sutton has a drinking problem, and Bravo Cameras has too. I heard, I can't remember if it was Erika. I believe it was Erika in an interview, and she was like, the cameras, for whatever reason, protect Sutton. I can't remember who said that. I think it was Erika. I could be off. It might be Dorit. But they were saying that because she's really clumsy. I heard that. So when I was watching, it was it was stored in the back of my mind, and it didn't resurface until they were having when Dorit and Kyle and Crystal had, it really was one of the things that Kyle was correct about. It was more Dorit than it was Kyle, because Dorit is the one that said she looks like the type that has
put it in a coffee.
In her coffee. And Kyle just said before 10 a.m. and she snickered. It was really Dorit that was really insinuating that. And I noticed this year Sutton has failed at least twice on camera. and they made
But Kyle
sure
had Teddy bringing it up too. Kyle is just as much as a culprit though, still, because
yeah.
she,
I'm not saying that she's not. Didn't somebody mention that at the reunion that Teddy brought it up?
yeah,
Yeah, somebody, yeah,
Garcelle and them
mentioned,
did.
yeah, that she's doing her dirty. They're definitely trying to paint the narrative that you think she drank?
I mean, I think they all drink. So
Well, I
Kyle
mean,
just now all of a sudden.
that ain't what I'm asking. You think she a drunk?
I mean, who's to say that she's not? I don't know. I mean, I would like to say no, but I mean, I don't know, Sutton. I mean, she drunk
I
like
mean,
just a
I
regular
know one.
person.
I've never seen her obviously drunk, not
Yeah,
once. That's the thing that I'm getting. Was like, if you're doing it off camera, that's her business. It's
yeah.
bad
I
to
was gonna
me.
say she
It's
drinks like a
kind of
regular person. She drinks like
yeah,
a regular person, like everybody else do on Housewives when
yeah.
they get together with the
Socially,
girls.
yeah, right.
They yeah,
I
yeah,
don't like those kind of narratives unless they fit something that's like for real. To insinuate somebody is drunk, I think it's kind of jacked. You
it
know,
is.
my whole thing is you either gonna flat out call them a drunk to their face because I mean that could be a triumphant moment if she is working to overcome those things.
Right.
But to insinuate that somebody is a drunk and you don't know it, I mean, there are clues, but it's just based off silliness, or not really silliness, things that you kind of see on TV. But again, I only thought about it because of something somebody said. Every time that she's clumsy and tripped or fell, I'm thinking, is she drinking? That's not fair.
Yeah,
I've thought that.
yeah.
I've thought
I
that.
mean, I didn't think it, but I get where you're coming from. I
It
get why
wasn't a
you
thought
would.
in my mind because I can tell you one thing, Demisio, like real talk, for real, for real. I don't drink. I will taste people drinks because I don't understand alcohol because it don't taste good to me. So I have tasted other people's drinks,
Mhm.
and to see if something is halfway decent. But like as
I'm
far as
not a big drinker anymore either. Now I
like
did drink
high
a lot when
liquor,
I
like
was,
high liquor, no, that don't make no sense
yeah.
to me. It don't
I
make no
drunk a lot when I was in like college and like getting out of high school. Those days I drank a lot, but I think I really just did it just to fit in because I thought that there was at the time I was young. I thought
Mhm.
that's what was cool. My friends were doing it, so I mean I might as well get drunk and stuff too. But now that I'm older, I'm grown, I'm mature, I done been through life just a teensy tiny bit. I don't like alcohol, and if I do drink when I do go out, like I will, like when I go out, I do get a drink, but it's gonna be a martini. That's
Yeah,
it.
something
I'm
like
not drinking. I'm not doing the shots. I'm not like my
yeah.
friends know that. Like I'm not taking the shots and all of that. I'm not
I
doing.
only I only said that to say that I'm as clumsy as they come. Like I'm the person that falls going up the steps as well as down. So I have several right leg injuries from sliding down my steps. And that one leg kind of gets stuck. So your rest of your body go down the step and your right leg is up at the top. There, that's me. I don't drink. So I could easily see myself if you're
Being
stuck.
like Sutton.
Yeah. So that's the only reason why I said that. But I did hear that she was clumsy. That was remember I was telling you somebody was saying that they protect her, that she's really clumsy and all that. I did hear that. I actually heard that from somebody. And I don't know if it was
Uh,
from a or where I heard it, but I did.
Joy,
Yes, ma'am.
you know good and well she's drunk. Okay.
I mean, I don't know if she is. I've never seen her visually drunk, and we've seen her visually high because he saw her roll straight drink, smoke, pulled out a whole joint out of her purse.
Okay, good night. I'm listening, but wanted to come and say, you know the girl's drunk. Okay, bye.
Ah, you're so silly.
Oh my god.
So silly and petty. And petty. You for coming on. First of all, what does Dorit got on?
She has on, you know what okay. That red is so cute on her. It reminds me of an outfit that Diana Ross wore in mahogany. with the hood. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. She was the best looking, well dressed person there.
Yeah.
Okay. All
First of
right.
all, she was dressed to the nines in every scene in Mahogany down the road.
Mm-hmm.
But
She
I saw
was.
somebody had a picture the other day, and I said, "Oh, that must be from Mahogany." She did look
Mm-hmm.
good in there, but Dorit doesn't give me diva that way. It's something about her that I
Yeah, you
feel
and Garcelle.
No, I mean
that
Dorit can give fashion in moments. I didn't particularly like the reunion outfit, but I'm not gonna lie, like Dorit's not one of the well dressed housewives overall.
I wonder what the malfunction was. Her wardrobe malfunction.
they were sewing it.
Oh, she said they had to sew it,
I mean,
Yeah,
you can
they
see them
did.
and
sewing
that's
it.
why they started the show. Well, I ain't watched it all. That's why they started the show without her on the stage.
She
Yeah,
said that was a
supposedly.
lie. That Crystal was I was telling it. That's what we started with. Crystal had responded to Dorit's Instagram. She was like, Cap. I was like, what's she know about Cap? Told us some, you know, doggone well that they had to wait 2 hours for you. She said that they waited so long that Andy got frustrated and we filmed a whole segment without you. So I'm wondering where is that segment?
Probably not gonna show it.
Yeah. That she did say that. She said they
And then another thing about this particular segment,
Crystal held her own too.
another thing that agitated me about this segment between Kyle and Sutton is for Kyle to sit there and act like Sutton doesn't show her life. Like Sutton has showed us her life. It may be boring or it may not be interesting to you because you don't know because it's authentic and you wouldn't know anything about that, Kyle, because everything about you is fake and pretentious. So
She don't show her drunk life.
okay. I mean, we don't know that though. We don't know if Sutton is a drunk or not. We don't know that, so I can't go with that narrative because I don't know her for real. I don't know other than what they show us on TV, and I haven't seen her
Drunk.
act like
Right.
a drunk. So
It's
I don't
amazing.
know. I can't say
We
that
having a
about her.
conversation about somebody whether or not they are drunk, and we've sincerely never seen them drunk. My thing is just one time. If we can see her drunk just one time, you know who I have seen drunk a lot,
Thank you. A whole okay. Go there.
like
Go
a
there.
lot,
Go
and
there.
that's both Kyle and Erika, and
Thank you.
nobody called them a drunk.
Well,
Because they're not.
so we can't say that about Sutton then. I'm
Of
just
course
saying.
we can, because
And
it's
we've
Sutton. Y'all
never
give her too
seen
No,
much of
but
a
it's like
Sutton
break.
drunk.
we can't
Mm-mm.
call any of them an
Sutton is
alcoholic or
the
something
devil.
like that. Like you can't like we can say that about Kim because we know Kim is an alcoholic. That's a fact. That's not something that we're just throwing
Making
out
up.
there. We
Right.
know Kim is a drunk, so we can that can be potentially said about Kim Richards. We don't know if Sutton is a
Kim
drunk or
who?
not. No, I'm saying that we can't really say she's saying because it's sudden
Oh
that we're
yeah.
not saying it. And I'm just like, no, that's not true. We
It's
genuinely
not that
don't
we
know
haven't.
that.
I mean, even if you said that, who was the girl? I can't remember her name. So they're looking at her face. She used to be so pretty when she was
Ooh,
young. Denise.
yeah.
We might could say
Denise
Denise
still
might
looks
be something,
good.
but I mean, I'm not. No, I'm not saying that she don't look good. But I remember some movie that I remember watching with her in it, and she was so pretty.
Wild Things, maybe.
Yeah, it was Wild Thing. It was. She was so pretty. So it's not. I'm not saying that. I mean, I realize that you can't be 24 forever. Trust me, I know. So, I'm just saying she really was. She looked exotic.
No,
Maybe because she was probably a heavy tanner when she was younger too. Sometimes I forget that when I watch TV and you're dealing with Caucasians that tan a lot, probably when they're younger. I'd be like, why they look so ghostly? And I'm like, they probably stopped tanning because I just don't remember them being that light. That's all. But
but
she
yes,
was
it's
a
just like we can't really say that about something. I agree with you about Denise because Denise was a little on something at Kyle's
right.
house.
She was on
So
something.
it's just like we haven't seen that. We haven't seen that from Sutton. Even the little moment that Kyle tried to make it, all of a sudden was saying was name him. And I think she was just really doing that to piss Kyle off.
She was about to do it again. Kyle picked it up when she was about to do it again.
So it's just like
Somebody named their Twitter handle, name them.
no.
Yeah, it's a Twitter handle. I was cracking up when I saw it too. It everything has, you name it. If people are talking about it,
Yeah,
it
somebody, one of my homeboys, his Twitter handle, why I know it was, I think he didn't change it now, was Sutton Low Legs. I hollered.
oh, I can tell you that episode when she had them shorts on, because my husband was walking by and said, "What's wrong with her legs?" I was like, "She just older and
She's
skinny."
just a skinny old white woman.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah,
But yeah,
I
since I
know
was,
what I know what episode your friend got that from. It was that episode. She had them shorts on. I think
but
she
it's just
was.
like I said though, like Kyle, you can't say that about Sutton because Sutton has shown us like she's shown us all the problems between her and her ex-husband. She's shown us her trying to be independent, her buying a home, her starting her business
Oh
up,
yeah,
being
she has. Yeah.
successful. She's shown us her kids. Like she's shown us all this. Like I said, it may be boring to you and to some people because it's authentic. And Kyle, you don't know anything about that, so of course you're gonna feel that way when someone is self-produced and try to control their narrative all the time. You're of course someone being real. But you can
What
go
did y'all
on,
think
Joy.
about? What did you think about Erika not answering the question about why she left? Why she saw the victims? Because that is it. Remember, I was telling y'all at the end of the documentary, she does talk. She really does go to them. It shocked me. They were having a reunion, some kind of gathering, a whole bunch of victims because they were talking about what Tom did to them, and so it was a lot of them met up, and Erika
Good
popped up,
picture.
and all she just pretty much listened.
Twitter.
So I mean, that took guts. I don't know why she did that, but I was shocked. And
Child, I'm
she
trying to
did
Damn.
see. I'm trying to
Oh,
see
here it
what
is.
the hell did any of those victims need from Erica Jane?
what
Not a
did what?
damn thing other than
Oh,
an apology. That really they don't even need that either because it ain't
she
like it's
don't.
gonna be
I don't
sincere.
think she owes them an apology. I don't think she does. She really
For how
has.
she carried on, yes, the hell she did.
Well, I mean, but not necessarily them. I mean, I don't think she had any involvement
I
in
got
any way with him, but I think how she handled silly things to me was the issue, and I do think those earrings were a silly issue. I just don't think you fight for your clothes and the furniture you were able to take. I could kind of understand it because it was
I'm
basic.
trying to figure out what do they have to be bitter about, especially not no Kyle and Dorit, honey. That
Yeah,
is the most.
it's a lot of that. That's why I told you. If you look at
No, I
online,
see it. I see it.
yeah, people feel like they were gotten the best that they Dorit and them got the best of them. I don't think so either. I do think they had good points, but I don't think I don't even know if Kyle and them really like Dorit or if they just tolerate her. Because when they had that whole Forks 5 or Force 4, Dorit didn't
Yeah.
seem like she was tight with them. She
No,
was
of course
there,
not.
but I never felt like she was tight with them. But I guess Anne Marie is her new um
Black bestie.
I mean, I don't think Kyle is racist. I always have to remind myself that these people grew up with Michael Jackson. Like they really, really, really were
And what
friends.
the hell do that mean? I'm not saying that
I
she.
hear you, but I'm just saying, I know that, there are some people that they lived behind each other and they were genuine friends as kids. I go back to the fact that Michael Jackson and Kathy had talked about them naming their first daughters Paris, and they really did. They were friends. I don't think that was just because the situation placed them behind each other because they are the Jacksons, because I think they live behind each other or something like that. I know it was in close proximity, but of course they're in Beverly Hills, they're rich, but they're child stars. Like all, especially with Kim, Like they were kind of, and I don't, this is me thinking out loud. I don't know their history. I don't think their mother was rich. I don't think
Oh
their
no,
family was rich. I think the children made them rich.
yeah,
So it was a
absolutely.
very similar situation with Michael Jackson. So I could see them being genuine friends. And Kyle doesn't give me microaggressions. And all of these seasons, not that they've had a whole lot of experience with black people. And no, I don't think she likes Garcelle, but I don't think she's crazy about Garcelle, not because she's black. I think Garcelle came on her kind of side-eyed in Kyle.
Yeah, because
And you
Kyle is fake. It was kind of very
and you can
obvious.
say
Like,
that, you can say whatever, and you may be 100% right. But I'm just saying, Garcelle didn't come on this show trying to
kiss her ass.
exactly. So
Yeah,
I don't, but I never felt like
clocked
Kyle don't like her
Kyle's
because she
tea.
black. I've never felt like that.
She clocked Kyle's tea right off the back. And
I
that's
mean,
what
that may be true, but it's about character, how you think or you perceive that person. It just doesn't. All I'm saying is it had nothing to do with race.
oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't think it had any. Well, I do think um Dorit does show some microaggressions. I stand on that.
I
You can
do think
take that
I
down,
do
Callie.
I do think Garcelle called her out correctly.
I'm
I
sorry, Joy.
agree.
What was that?
I do think she's unconsciously like that. I don't think it's like a purposeful thing that Dorit does, but
Oh, I believe it's unconscious.
I don't
Yeah, I
think she
believe it's
thinks
definitely. Yeah.
that deep into situations until it happens, and then it gets that deep. Then it's just like, oh shit.
Hmm.
Well,
And
that's
I
not
don't
what I
think,
mean.
Garcelle articulated it well. I still go back to that. I think that Dorit is still confused.
Ah,
And
Can y'all see the photo?
yeah, we just been
we've
looking at it for
seen
like
it.
the past
And
10 minutes.
did you read it?
Yes,
Yes.
we talked
I
about
couldn't agree with that post more. Okay, good night.
Okay.
Mhm.
You
it's
so silly.
false, but
Right. It's absolutely false. You can take it down. But anyway, the
because they
next
both.
thing,
I'm just trying to figure out what do they have to be bitter and a hypocrite about. Like, I'm not understanding. Like, maybe somebody can give me some type of context because I don't get it.
oh, I don't know. I wish she would take it down because I can't take it
I,
down.
I'm taking it. Sorry.
But yeah, what do y'all think about this $700,000 in this lawyer that somebody gave Erika?
She be with the men that can pay, right?
Girl, it's a mess going
Don't hate
on.
the player.
Now, this is the part that I hope Erika not doing no slick stuff, and it's really Tom that then gave this man. So it's still up there. Some
I'm
money, yeah. But anyway, the next segment we really almost finished. This reunion, it wasn't bad. It held my interest, but you know, they handle situations so calmly, so respectfully. They get on my nerves. Like I be wanting them to give a little bit more You know what I mean? And they don't give enough And I and it kind of makes their,
Joy,
yeah.
I was speaking. I guess y'all couldn't hear me. I was asking you, am I the only one that finds it very hilarious when Kyle impersonates Sutton? When someone's like, "What?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
do.
died.
She is an actress though. She's allowed. Her and Garcelle. That's why I be mad Garcelle don't give him a little something. You a whole actress, girl. You supposed to be dramatic.
Okay, my girl.
Just because.
If you don't give us some Eileen, like Eileen gave
Right.
us
Soap
acting,
opera.
and
Yeah. But
I
so
watched
did,
that
wait
girl.
a minute, so did Lisa. I can't stand her. But baby, that time with her and who was there who she was having an argument? It was Denise, and she was like, you know, oh, you know, you
Yeah,
know. Oh, I'm like, if this ain't giving me the Young and the Restless 1980 something, I don't know. That's what I want to. I want to see that, so I don't mind. I actually liked it when Sutton was trying to. I guess she was trying to emulate Erika. She was like, "Oh, Sutton, here
Oh
are
yeah,
the dancers." Like, I like that. That's fun.
it is.
It's
It
fun.
is.
That's
And I
when
watch and I watched The Young and the Restless, and Eileen is one of the best soap stars
yeah, she was
ever.
Jill. She was Jill.
No, she wasn't. She's Ashley.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. She
Yeah.
was. She was Ashley.
But like
You're
her, how
right. She
dare you?
was Ashley.
She's Ashley.
She was Ashley. Yeah.
Yeah, but like
It's been
her,
so
how
long
dare
since I
you?
watched it. Mm-hmm.
How dare you? That was just so
Yes,
dramatic.
yes, yes, yes. That was so good. That's good TV. When I watch reality TV, I want to see more of that. I don't mind them faking it. I mean, not faking it. Yeah, a little bit of that too. I don't mind them being over dramatic. Like that was I missed that. That's why I like Mia so much. Mia's just dramatic for no reason. Like I want that back in reality TV. All these serious issues don't work for me. We wanted to watch reality TV, Housewives, to escape, not be sitting across from each other talking about colorism. That's not fun. People don't like each other, so you sitting at a table and nobody talking. I like that Beverly Hills resolves their issues. They do it at the beginning of the season and they do it at the end. This is how this is supposed to be.
Yep.
This is how
Miami does it good as well. They can fight and argue, and when it's time to be real and be friends, they can be friends.
yeah. Because I think that there is a genuine like for one another, or at the very least respect.
Yeah.
Like
Because
I
I
might
feel
not. Right.
Nicole and Alexia and her long neck on Miami, they fight all the time. But when Nicole lost her daddy and stuff like that, Alexia was front and center, honey, and they can't stand each other.
That would be interesting to me to see about Potomac too, because I don't know if you know, Giselle's father passed 2 weeks after the season wrapped. They wrapped in mid-July. He passed at the end of July. Because it would be interesting to know if they reached out to her, because I'm sure, unless Giselle has asked him not to say anything, I do wonder, will he ask about that, and who reached out to her? At least reach out to her. And I send flowers. I send flowers for my coworkers, even if it's from all. I usually ask for everybody, but I put everybody's name on it, regardless if you gave or not. But my department is small, and when you have people that pass, especially when they close to them,
Yeah.
you send. Or if they've been on the show. You know what I mean? If somebody is close enough to have been on the show with them, and her father was on the show a few times, I would hope they would reach out. But that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, even
That's,
Sharif.
that's one of the many reasons why I do love Miami, because they
Yeah,
are well rounded, and like I said, they know how to fight and not go so deep into the fight to where there's no coming back, and they
right,
know how to come together and
right,
kumbaya when the time calls for it.
right. Yeah,
Because, like I said, Alexia and Nicole hate each other, honey. But when their lady daddy passed, Alexia was front and center. And then they went back to fighting later on. But, in the moment, when she talked about it, they all rallied around her. Like I said, yes, they started back fighting again later that episode. But,
right.
like you said,
Yeah. What did you think about the end part? This is the part where you probably thought that Andy was on Sutton's side, where Kyle really tried to diminish, was saying, I did X, Y, and Z on the show. What have you done but buy a horse? And that was funny. I'm sorry. It was funny. And what
wow,
else
you still have never put your business on the front street. Your storyline has still been Kim, Kathy, and even when it came to your personal life, like when they brought up Mauricio cheating and stuff like that, you still shut that down. You didn't talk about it. You didn't
That's why I
dive
said it.
into it.
She
Like, girl,
always shuts it down. That's
like, girl,
that's why
bye.
this
You are
season is
not
so
real. You
real.
haven't talked about your life. Like,
Wait a
your
minute.
sister
Let me
was your
let me finish this part
storyline.
though. Let me but the because I really want to do this within an hour. But anyway, the last little part, the reason you probably say this because Andy spent a lot of time talking to Sutton. Because Sutton said, and for the record, she laid out the things that she has accomplished outside of her husband. And she said one of the things that Sutton talked about was why her reaction was so funky when they went to see Magic Mike. And she had explained, that it happened that day to her ex-husband was like, you got to do job, you moving to London with our son. She was like, I want to do that. And one of the things Andy did spend some time on that I appreciate was the fact that she doesn't think she would have had the guts to do that a few years ago. And the
Tell him
fact
no.
that a lot of women come on this show and kind of find their power.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that's what he talked about. He talked about that at the end. And I do kind of agree with that, especially if you're somebody that lives a life with the kind of guy that she did. Obviously, he's not just rich, he's a very powerful man.
Yeah. If
And
he
it
got enough
really,
money to pay that lady almost 300, she said, and that's after taxes.
right. 300,
300
she
some
get three
thousand a
thousand
month
dollars
in
a month.
alimony
Yeah.
till she die if she don't marry nobody.
Right. Right. So this is obviously a very powerful man. So I did appreciate him spending that time with her to talk about that because I do forget about that. A lot of, I live on such a different planet than they do. Basically my husband, he's no longer a teacher, but he works for he works somewhere else now. But anyway, we were like two teachers. We have humble salaries. We have to figure out budgets. These are people that don't live lives like that. So sometimes, in my head, I grew up in such a way that I'd be like, you can't call me, I can hear me out, you moving and so and so. Who you talking to? This who? I forget that Sutton was like a 14 when she met this dude. This could literally be, I don't know if whether or not it is or not, but he could literally be the only man she ever been with. She sure act like it. but anyway, I like Sutton. It's something about her that I do like. I don't like them making fun of her Southern accent because I have a Midwestern Southern accent. I used to live in the South. So I don't like that for real. But I do it still because my sister there was so country. What am I talking to myself? I am. But anyway, that was pretty much it on this episode. I don't have any more questions. You got any more questions, Callie? Are you done?
Did I miss the part about Dorit having to check Garcelle for
Did she check
speaking out?
her, or did Garcelle say I said what I said? But I
No, she
apologize if
didn't
you
say
feel
that,
that.
D. You just got
She
back on the
definitely,
stage. Hold on.
she definitely
Hold the
said
back
that. She
door.
said
Hold
she
the door
stood
open.
on what she said. She didn't take it
Demisina.
back.
Demisina.
She didn't take it back. So she definitely
Demisina.
said I said what I said.
If I can't finish my sentence, I'm gonna pop both of y'all. Okay.
I didn't say nothing.
But you did you know y'all know what I mean. Now I didn't lost my train of thought. What was we talking about?
You said
Yeah.
Nothing important.
about
Not the
Garcelle going off on
Yeah.
what's her name?
So what is it? Why does Garcelle hate the girl so much? I really think the
I don't
girl.
like her. It's something about her that's she. The microaggressions I definitely have picked up on. Um, because I
Um.
was the first time the first time
Oh my god.
it hit a buzz in my ear is when she called her a bully, and it was literally because that's how I remember. It was literally because Garcelle said you talk so much, and I had
Dorit
every
needs to call her
season,
out. Dorit needs to call her a racist Karen.
every season
She needs
somebody
to
has
call her
said
out.
talks too much, and
Mm-hmm.
never called them a bully.
Dorit has had it out for Garcelle since they
Yeah,
was
it
No,
was.
no,
at
no. It's the
who
other way
house was
around.
they at when
It's
Garcelle
the
asked
other way
her,
I
around.
was
don't
it
think
only
she
colored
comes
people?
after her. I don't think she comes after her. But I do think this is a situation that I feel like Garcelle really does pick at her a little bit. She'll say something, and when I personally would ignore it because she getting on my nerves, Garcelle will say what she thinks. So it seems like a pick at her. Now it may agitate me because I really don't like her. So any little thing you do is gonna tick me off. That's what it reminds me of.
And Garcelle
Like
is only doing what Dorit told her to do. So
What do you mean? What Dorit told her
Dorit
to
is
do?
the one that said, "Say it to my face. Don't throw up
oh, she did.
jabs."
She did.
This wasn't that part wasn't about her saying something to Dorit's face. She was
No, I was saying
interrupting her
about what
conversation
Joy
with
was
Kyle.
saying.
She
No,
was
I'm saying about what
interrupting the
Joy.
conversation
No,
with
I was just
Kyle,
piggybacking off of Joy's
and
point.
Garcelle just trying to hop on the bandwagon
No,
and make her little
I
comments.
was
And that's
piggybacking
not what needs
off.
to be done.
I was
Okay, so
piggybacking
Dorit
off of
checked her
what
well,
Joy was
and
saying about.
Garcelle needs
Okay,
to really apologize to Dorit because
for
she is so
what?
mean to that. If you don't hush up, she's mean.
I don't think she's mean, but
She
she
is, though.
is
We know you
acting
don't. That's
like
why you're so willing to let
Garcelle is
everything she
acting like
do slide
somebody
away.
who is with somebody they don't like because you pick at
Then she
things
needs to
that
leave. She is
you
so
I mean,
kind
rude.
Dorit doesn't like Garcelle either, and she
She
I
she
agree.
jazzed
has
at
no
Garcelle
reason to like
too.
her.
It was just
But I
like,
will say
But
this:
in this
Dorit
particular
does.
second, though, I'm talking about Garcelle.
Wait a
Garcelle
minute.
is the one that interrupted the conversation. We had absolutely nothing to do with her.
Dorit stayed jumping in some. So oh well.
Yeah, she does.
And as
That's
does
because that's
Garcelle.
her issue. She keeps jumping into stuff. That's
Who else
why.
does that?
That's usually when Garcelle. It's a situation that's happening with somebody else,
Who,
and what'll happen is Dorit will say something off or inject herself, and then Garcelle then responds only to Dorit. So then Dorit is like, "Why are you picking on me?" That's literally
Yes.
how
Yes.
several situations have
Yes.
happened in that
She
order.
speaks literally in
It
general,
has
and
been
Dorit
just
makes it about her.
her. Yeah, like
Just like the
literally,
whole
it
incident
happens
in
like that
Vegas.
every time.
In Vegas, she
It's
said that in general. He go, Dorit, well, I feel like you're coming for me, and it's been a year. You should get over it, babe. Like,
yeah,
girl, she
yeah.
wasn't even talking about
She
you.
that has been several incidents have happened in that order. But and she inserts herself in a way, but I guess she still wants Garcelle to still talk to the group. The group ain't said nothing.
okay, did
Like
you just say Dorit inserts herself?
I mean,
She
it's not
makes
that
it
she
about
I'm
her. She
asking
makes
the
it
makes
about
question.
her.
Was
Can
that a
I give
yes
you
or
a
no?
no? Can I ask you a perfect example? I'm gonna
Well,
give you a
no.
perfect
Can we
example.
finish the question that I just
When
asked
they
you?
were in
Oh my
Vegas
God.
and just Garcelle was talking to the group, she was not talking to a specific person. And if you want to keep it a buck, she
Seriously, y'all
could have
need therapy.
spread it that
Y'all are
amongst
the
three
queen
people
of
because
interruption.
Erika,
Both of
Dorit,
y'all.
and
And Joy,
Kyle.
you leading the pack. Y'all need to
Erika didn't
chill.
say nothing. I think Kyle
Hello?
said, "I hate that it's happening like I hate that you
Seriously.
feel that way."
Y'all
Garcelle,
are
but
just
oh,
horrible.
I was
Y'all are queen.
talking.
I was talking.
No, you weren't.
I just forgot every doggone thing I was saying. Because you went right in and interrupted, but so did Demetrio. So that's why I think you guys are um,
Oh my God,
sister
you
and
interrupt
brother
people
from another
too.
mother.
You interrupt people too,
I sure
especially if
do.
it's okay then. So I
But
mean,
it ain't nothing like what y'all doing. You want to
oh
talk
my
over the
God,
entire
baby,
We gonna
conversation
keep
I'm
talking
talking about.
about. Can we
when
stop?
when
Can
we
you go ahead? Wait a minute. Stop. Go ahead, Callie. What you want to say?
That was 5 minutes ago. I don't remember. I keep getting cut off.
Woo, Lord. So I think that's. Do we have any other questions?
no, I mean, like I said, Dorit is full of crap. She needs to go. Dorit
I
is
don't think she needs
just.
to go though.
I do. What has Dorit brung in the last several years? Nothing.
I don't know,
What has
but
Garcelle brung except for a headache?
Like Garcia has been a far better housewife than Dorit has.
What are you comparing it to?
Their overall, what has the Dorit is not a good shade thrower. The only thing Dorit has ever
I
been
don't think
good
that's
for.
indicative of what's a good housewife. I really wish y'all would get off that. Like
Then
shade
I'm like,
throwing
Callie, you
isn't
didn't let me
that's
finish. You didn't let me
ooh.
finish.
You shouldn't even say that, Demetria, the way both of y'all interrupted. Let
I'm
me
just,
finish.
I'm
Let's
just
all talk
saying.
at once and confuse the entire earth.
Go ahead.
Go.
I was gonna say the only thing that Dorit has ever really brung is fashion. She hasn't had a good season since the first 2 seasons she was on, and that was what 7 and 8. Those were her only good seasons when she had a backbone and wasn't a follower. And then she joined the Fox 45, and she could have left right along with Teddy.
All right. Well, I don't think
Oh, and
reading.
Kyle's full of crap. I can say that
Sorry.
as well.
I
Kyle
don't
is full
think.
of crap, and she will always be full of crap.
May I?
And Callie, to your point with what Garcelle was saying about the when she jumped in with the whole Kyle thing, it's like no, Garcelle was actually absolutely on point. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, church finger
The
up.
Dorit is horrible at apologizing. She never listens, reflects, or takes any type of ownership or changes in her behavior, which was Garcelle's main point. It's never just a I shouldn't have done it, and I would like to prove to you that I'm willing to make the friendship work. It's so simple, and they always try to give her a way out, and she goes the opposite direction and digs herself deeper. Child, and if she keep it up, everybody gonna tune around, and the only friend she gonna have left, like I said earlier, is Erika.
Um, I don't think reading, in my opinion, is indicative of what makes a good housewife. To me,
It's
that
definitely one of the
can I,
qualities.
can I finish? I allowed you. Um, I don't think that should be one. I think that having one or two people on a cast, that's something that's natural. First of all, that's just a sass. You cannot have all sassy people. It's mass confusion.
But I mean, she's not even a good Cynthia.
I don't
Like,
think any of them are good readers. The only one that
no, I can't
actually
agree with
really
that.
read is Crystal.
But I will say this though, when I meant by reading, as far as it goes with the Beverly Hills cast, like I can, and y'all know I can't stand Kyle, but I can even give it to Kyle because if Kyle don't like you, Kyle is gonna come after you, and she's gonna get everybody else to come after you too. Dorit is just not one of those girls that just really can do that. She's not even a good middleman, like to just be there. She's not even one of them. Like Dorit just.
If I thought that somebody could be gotten rid of, I was lean more toward uh Crystal Ann or Anne Marie. Anne Marie, I don't know how she's gonna fit in this group outside of up Kyle's behind.
Child, me
And that's
neither.
if Kyle returns, because I still believe that when we watch the the finale episode this year, that $400,000 party, that was really Kyle's goodbye. I don't see her coming back next year. I would have liked to see a season of all two of her other sisters and watch all three of them. I think that would have been awesome. I think the ratings would go through the roof, and they could just have some for real, like some mending. They
Yeah,
don't necessarily have to have therapy in front of us, but just getting along and having one another's back. I would join on front row to watch that unfold. You don't have to have deep drama. It can be drama, but it don't have to be deep every year. Like, I don't know why reality shows have turned to that. It's not necessary. It's okay to have light situations. Like, it be this season ain't it's a heavy situation, but it's not even a scandal because Kyle contained it so well.
yeah.
So their only thing that they could even ask them was, "What did you think when you watched it? What did you think? What did you think?" Now that we didn't watch everything unfold, like she had a whole season they ain't know about. Like, of course, you don't tell people every detail. Like Kyle, Garcelle ain't said, "Hey, I had a conversation with my sons about sex. What are you talking about in your house?" I don't think they have that, but this is a pretty deep situation.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's pretty much it. I have any more questions or concerns. The only thing that I really do look forward to seeing Kathy on here. I know why she requested. I bet you she requested to come because she was talked about so much at the very beginning. I thought she was trying to ride Kathy as her storyline outside of the group with the groups to cover up for what was really going on with her and Mo, or because she didn't discuss it with the group. She finessed the season. She I don't know who she got in her pocket, but she's definitely covered. Definitely covered. But anyway, that is it. Oh, I put in one of them groups. I don't know. Andy been talking with. We can end with this. Andy has been talking on his podcast apparently about the reunion of Housewives of Potomac.
What the hell are you doing?
So one of the things that he said was his voice was he lost his voice from yelling so much, and he said a great deal of the reunion is spent on mending. So I bet you
that's not going to be fun.
wait a minute. I
Not
bet
at all, Kelly.
if I it could very well be a situation because all of the things that we're talking about in the group or online, they got word. Producers, they're on the floors, they hear it, Andy has heard it. They have to mend. So how
If they want their jobs, honey.
That's what it sounds like. So everybody gonna be fake on, or are they gonna be fake or are they gonna be real?
They're going to be fake.
I don't know.
Especially Giselle and Robin, Kelly.
Exactly. It'll be the leader of the packs.
Okay. So anyway, I thought that was interesting.
And if Giselle take accountability, child, hell is gonna freeze over and stick to the accountability and not go back.
I don't want to talk about
later.
I'm finna hang up. So
you don't want to talk
all
about
right,
what?
y'all. I just wanted to mention about the friendships. All we be doing is rehash and stuff. We have no clue. And I don't want to sit up here and argue on here today. I'm tired. Anyway, I will peace out. Callie, just get us.
All right, guys.
Oh.
Okay. Callie, just get used to it. Joy will. Ain't that the truth?
Whatever. I ain't even saying that. Half ignoring y'all. Anyway.
Bye, y'all. We done.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye.
See y'all next week.
Right.